Hi, this is a walkthrough for adding an insert update that will post a task. To add an insert update that will post a task, you must first navigate to the DDPs tab, select the appropriate DDP, then navigate down to the Insert Updates object, and then select the New Insert Update button. This will initiate the Insert Update edit page where you must first choose an object name. If you want to post a new task every time the DDP is run, you must select the task object. Next, if you want to include the output file to this object, you can select Attach to this object. And if you want to include a description for internal use, you can insert a description into the text area below. Next, you must create your field value pairs. There are certain fields that are required to be filled with values in order to successfully insert a task. Some examples are the Who ID. This relates the task to a contact. Adding more field value pairs. We must also satisfy the What ID. This will relate it to a certain object. We must have a value for the subject of the task. We must also have a value for the status of the task. And then finally, we must have a value for the activity date. To enter in a value for the Who ID, you can always use the contact ID. We can grab this from our field tagger, select the contact object, and then the contact ID. Similarly, for the What ID, we can choose which object to post a task to by selecting the ID in the field tagger. If we want to post the task to the opportunity, we can select the opportunity object, then choose the opportunity ID. And then place the opportunity ID field tag into our field tagger. Next, we must include a subject for every task. You can use merge tags in the subject line in addition to other fields that you want to update. Next, you must insert a value for the status of your task. Because this is a drop-down field, the value that you put in here must actually be a value on your status field. And then finally, you must include an activity date. You can include today's date. And if you want to add time to the date in the activity date field, you can add a number of days, like 3 or 5. Next, if you want to control the order in which this insert update is performed, you can enter a number here, but this only applies if you have more than one insert update on the DDP. If you want to submit this to your approval process, you can select this checkbox, and then finally you must choose delivery methods in which this insert update will be initiated. For this demo, we're going to select all, meaning any one of these delivery options on our DDP will initiate the task post. If you want to include filter criteria, you can do so in the second section of the edit page. This will further filter when your insert update is created. As an example, if you want to only post a task every time the opportunity stage is not equal to closed, you can add in the merge tag for opportunity stage in the left column, select not equal to in the middle column, and then select closed or enter in a value for closed in the right column. You can add filter criteria by selecting the Add Filter link and have advanced filter conditions on your filter criteria by entering values in the final field. As an example, if you enter in 1 and 2, the insert update will only be performed if filter criteria 1 and filter criteria 2 are satisfied. Once you're satisfied with all the values in your insert update edit page, you can select save. Saving the insert update will take you back to the DDP detail page, and your insert update will be ready for use. So to use your insert update, you must navigate to a record on your main object, in this case opportunity. So to access an opportunity record, we must navigate to the opportunities object, then choose an opportunity. Once we're in the opportunity, we must select the Loop Plus button. Satisfy sections 1 and 2 of the DDP Visual Force page. Then finally choose a delivery option. Remember that we are limited to only those delivery methods selected in the Insert Update Edit page. However, because we selected all for this particular insert update, we can choose any of the delivery options in section 3. Next we hit run, and this will process the document while simultaneously creating the insert update, which will post a task. Here's the links to our documents that we can download. If we navigate back to the opportunity we ran from and scroll down to the open activities section, we can see that our insert update, which posts a task, has been created. We've dynamically merged in the account name, associated it with the contact we chose in section 1 of the DDP Visual Force page, and controlled the due date and status. And that is how you add an insert update which posts a task to a DDP. Thank you.